Greetings and welcome to the Rise Up Mama podcast. My name's Vanessa and I help busy women, especially mums, to feel more confident. I do this by showing you simple ways to improve and maintain your health and wellness through positive mindset development. I will also show you practical ways of making long-lasting changes around your busy lifestyle. One of my clients has recently said, "You are a fantastic light." That made my day. If you're just tuning in, I'm on a challenge that's been set by my online marketing coach. The challenge is to produce an audio recording every day for 1 year. Now, I must admit, everything was going really well and then I have dropped off. But you know what? I'm back. It's day 22 and I want to dedicate this recording to my favorite listener. Okay. There's a few of you who I know are constantly tuning into this podcast. And I was so touched when a very special mum who's part of one of my communities actually left a little message to say how delighted she was to see that I have produced another audio. So thank you so much for that. You know who you are. Well, today's episode is about the importance of self-reflection, and I'm calling it Your Life Review. Before we go on, just to let you know that I am still keeping up with my Duolingo learning. I'm on day 107. So, again, I said it in the last episode. If you listen to that one, the procrastination for this tuning in here with you has been because I've been learning a language. But what I realized is learning a language is actually reconnecting me with my inner child, or rather the teenage Vanessa, who I had a natural grasp for learning languages. So I was told that as a teenager. And if you know me personally, you'll know that my partner is Hungarian. So I'm not proficient in Hungarian, but I know odd phrases, but I'm learning Spanish. And I think, going back to the life in review, for me, this episode, I want you to think about your natural gifts and talents. And I'm realizing that learning the language is really helping me to connect with something that, again, I have a natural gift for. But like I said, it's about your life in review, and I just want to set the scene a bit further. This was something that I've recently discovered as well, that I'm going through another stage in my spiritual awakening. This stage has been called The Void by a coach I was listening to last week. And the void is where you feel as though nothing is happening, even though you've put a lot of energy into different projects, you've done a lot of work on yourself. You just feel that the universe isn't giving you either the answers or the manifestations that you are seeking. Now, again, if you've been tuning in here, you'll know that I have been reconnecting with my angelic realm. It's been very, very beneficial for me. And the card that has been coming up very frequently is the Life Review card. And I haven't actually got my book to hand, so I can't tell you which archangel that is, but I'll have a look for that and I will give you more information on that card before the end of this podcast. So, about today's episode. As I said, it's called Your Life Review, and I have been helping other women within the Telegram group that I run. So the Telegram group that I run is called Vibrate Higher. We're doing some really interesting things within that group. And one of the things that we do is a weekly chat. So on Friday evenings, we are gathering to review literally the week that we've just experienced. And we're talking about our gratitude within that setting. And then on Sunday, we get together and we set out our intentions for the week ahead. So that has been really interesting because the life review, it can be on a grand scale, which I'm going to help you to go through and have a look at that in tonight's audio, or it could be as simple as just doing it on a regular basis. Like I said, within this format, it means that we're not talking about everything, but we're doing enough to keep ourselves in that reflective mode. And as I've always said to any of you that have either met me personally and we're working together, or for those of you that I'm yet to have the honour of working with, self reflection is part of the beginning, or one of the keys. I see it as a key to success. You have to be able to be reflective. So, what I've realised as well, this is where my own life has been coming into review. I've been doing clarity calls with other women. So, I'm asking women to be reflective on their own life. But actually, as they're answering the question, it's given me an opportunity to reflect, on those questions for my own life too. So again, we can do a life review in a big setting. Like I said, I'm going to take you through some questions shortly, or we can do it in a smaller scale as well. Now, with the confidence calls, which are part of my group coaching and accountability club, the confidence calls, for those of you that are in that group, I want to congratulate you, because when you grow, I'm growing as well. And your breakthroughs, whether you're in the confidence group or you're in the clarity club or you're part of the vibrate higher group and we're talking about different things, when you're having a breakthrough, then this is providing me with another reason to continue, and my yearning to grow as a coach. So this review is something that we can continuously do. As I said, I'm working with the Angelic Realm, and I'm wanting to apply these messages into my life as well. So I'm just going to quickly give you the top line information about this card, which is called Life Review. And it's a card that's delivered, the message is delivered by Archangel Jeremiel, and it's take inventory of your life and resolve to change or to heal anything that is unbalanced. So the deeper message is it takes courage to look at your life, yet if it is done with compassion and a sense of humour, you'll grow and learn from a life review. So as I said, I want this to be something that after you've listened to this podcast episode, that you actually put this into action. So I just want to ask you a few questions. Are you setting weekly intentions for key areas of your life? So as I said, we do this weekly in the Vibrate Higher Telegram group. I will leave a link to that group. So if you're wanting to come into the group, you are more than welcome to do that. But you need to have the Telegram app on your phone. Now, if you are setting weekly intentions, how can you break down a week into a day? So this can be done by looking at the whole week and really homing in on where your intention is going to be and how you're going to apply that. And once you've then broken down your week, how can you break down the day into an hour? And, I've just finished a 10,000 a day step challenge, which I was doing on behalf of charity for fundraising. And it was so interesting to see how even my Fitbit, which obviously it does this anyway, but the Fitbit was a really good way of breaking down an intention for the day into an intention for an hour. So, for example, doing 250 steps within the hour. Now, you might be thinking, well, we're talking about goals, Vanessa, but yes, of course, we're talking about goals because I'm wanting you to review your life from an objective perspective. So, to be able to do that objectively, you really need to have set yourself up for a life review, and that's going to mean that you've done some preparation in terms of goal setting. So, do you have your goals written down? If you're not, then how are you measuring the progress that you're making in your life? Now, the past and the future are figments of your imagination. Living in the now is what matters. So, how can you use goal setting, which is effectively about your future intention? How can you use goal setting to shape your present reality? Again, it comes to daily focus. So my daily focus, one of my goals, is to grow my community. So to grow the community, which I describe as the My Happiness Club. Now, in order to do that, I really need to think about what am I doing in the present moment to make this happen. Now, doing this audio daily is actually supposed to be an activity that will help that to happen. Now, if you're a regular listener, you know that actually, Vanessa, you said it was every day, and I know it hasn't been. So, again, if I'm reviewing how I have done, how I'm doing in terms of that particular goal, I need to be aware of the daily action. So, I'm sure that you can think of examples in your own life. So now I want to talk you through how you can review your life by digging deep and being honest with yourself. And we're going to do this by looking at some key areas. The first area is about relationship goals. The first relationship you need to have balanced. So remember what Archangel Jeremiel said. You need to look to resolve change or heal anything that's unbalanced. So you need to have a balanced relationship with yourself. The relationship with yourself includes your higher consciousness. So think about, how is this going? How do you actually nurture and develop the relationship with your higher consciousness? Is it through journaling? Is it through meditation? Is it through emotional freedom tapping, exercise, healthy diet, detoxing, staying hydrated, spending time in nature? The list goes on. Now, ideally, you want to create a balance within your life, within your daily life, where you are able to juggle all of these things, weave all of these things into your life. So this talks about self-care really. So this is the extension of that relationship with self. So the self-care is daily, it is weekly, and then it becomes monthly. It's all about the routine. What I ended up doing last week was going to the sauna, going to the health suite, and really detoxing my body through the just the environment of the dry sauna and the steam sauna, and realized, oh gosh, I haven't done this for such a long time. How could I effectively weave this into my routine? And then I decided, let's go for bi-weekly. So again, with your self-care routine, with your relationship with yourself, you have to keep being reflective. What's working? What do I need to bring in? What do I need to take out? The other part of the relationship with yourself is how you are talking to yourself. So this is called self-talk. What are you saying to yourself? The body hears and remembers everything. And the words that we say to ourselves have a big impact about how we feel about ourselves. So just think, would you actually speak to a friend the way how you may find yourself speaking to the real you? Okay, so the other relationships are with others. Now, if you're single, it goes back to where I've just left. You have to love yourself enough so that you become a brilliant vibrational match to your ideal partner. If you are not loving yourself enough and you are finding that you are still on the lower scale of the you are still at the lower end of the emotional scale, then what you will attract is a man who, or a woman who you are actually, in a sense, they're not a match to your ideal self in the future. Okay, so what we're wanting to do is make sure that we are loving ourselves enough so that we are a high vibrational match to the ideal partner. Now, if you're in a relationship, you need to think about how are you maintaining the passion and the love within that relationship. This is really, really important. And we do find that, relationships take work. You need to have a solid friendship within your relationship. And if you are struggling with keeping the love and the passion going, then, really seek advice. Listen to some relationship coaches and try to apply what they are saying to you, even if you start really small. And I know that, for example, if you're a mum listening to this and you're like, well, Vanessa, it's the children, it's the routine, it's the school run, it's, I definitely relate to you. This is something that Mark and I are having to work out ourselves now that we've got Zenta in our life, whose needs are growing and changing, obviously, every day. But we have to put our relationship first. Okay, so just moving on, we're going to look at now the honesty that you're having with yourself around your health goals. Are the habits that you need to let go of? Are the habits that you need to reintroduce? It was wonderful this evening because one of the women that was on the call yesterday, which was about setting intentions, I've spoken to her today and she was like, oh, it's brilliant. I did go out and I did do my exercise and I did feel the energy and I did put music on. And it was just so wonderful to hear how just setting that intention has put her directly into activity with her health goals. And she could feel the difference immediately. So within 24 hours, she'd already started to realign with her health goals. So that was fantastic. Now, of course, we have career goals. Now, in terms of the career, are you feeling the fear and doing it anyway? Okay. Or are you actually staying in your comfort zone? Now, staying in your comfort zone is easy to do, but we're not going to grow. The growth takes place outside of the comfort zone. And as I'm saying this to you, I'm actually saying this to myself as well. So, there's definitely things that I need to review and take action on in terms of my career to take myself out of the comfort zone, and I will see the growth. And hopefully, you're going to be part of that journey. And I'm so grateful that you're here with me now. So, do you need to retrain? Or are you kind of like where I am, where you do know enough to make a start and just get going, but you're limiting yourself through the lack of application? So, for some, and I found myself falling into this trap as well, it's constantly learning, which is actually an indication that there's a fear of not being good enough. So you just got to let go of that and go for it. Now, in doing so, you will be able to really make headways on your financial goals, but you do need to review where you are in terms of, for example, do you have money blocks? How are you feeling about money right now? Do you value yourself enough in the receiving of money? Are you giving freely enough? So this is like giving from your heart. And also, this might not be in money as in the actual currency. It might be giving freely your time to be of service and of help to others. I just want to go back to the deeper message from Archangel Jeremiel, which is about life review. And Archangel Jeremiel is saying that, call upon Archangel Jeremiel and you will receive the help that you need. And together we'll look at what you've learned and how these lessons are a valuable asset for you today and tomorrow. So remember, we're living in the now. We can plan for tomorrow, but we are living in the now. And Archangel Jeremiel is saying that together you will also notice life patterns that aren't serving you your highest good. So I've just touched on that about habits that you need, habits that you need to let go of. And we will take steps to release those habits. So this is fantastic. And Archangel Jeremiel is there to help you to review where you've been, what you've learned, and what patterns you're ready to release, and what you're grateful for in your life. So just to end, I want to touch on leadership goals because this is really important in terms of how you are going to expand and grow. So, as you are thinking about your life in review, the leadership goals have to be something that you are working towards and continuing to develop. If you are a woman who's a mum and you're listening to this podcast, then you have got leadership roles as a role model within your own family. Now, coming outside the family, there are opportunities for growth and leadership within our local community. The times that we're living in right now means that there are going to be many changes that you'll see happening around you at the local level. Are you ready to step up and become a leader and be of service where you are to make a difference? Again, I'm going to use the word business, but I've been talking with others. We're looking for a new word, which is entrepreneurial and being of service to others. But in this context, this is what I mean. So again, do you have leadership aspirations? And if you do, just take a quick review on how you're doing in that area. There's also your friendship circles. Right now, again, we're living through times where lots of us are looking at life very differently. There may be people in your life who really need your help and support, and you could be of great service to them by helping out. So this leads me to the last point about helping others. Being there for others is really important. So, this is where I'm going to end. It's been about your life in review. If you have any questions on anything that I've said this evening, then I would love for you to get in contact with me. I will leave you my email address in the link in the description where you can do that. And I'd like to offer, because I've spoken about Archangel Jeremiel and I've touched on the fact that, I've been working with my angelic team. If this is something that you're interested in, then I'm offering free angel readings. The way how you get in contact with me for an angel reading is by text. So you need to text me on 07480 118851. And that's because I get so many emails and messages on different email addresses. I don't want to miss your message. If you're really interested in a free angel reading, I haven't created like a proper page for this yet, sign up page or whatever. So if you want a free angel reading, it will take I would say about 40 minutes to an hour. And it's really good. You would just think about a question that you're wanting to seek help with from the angelic realm, and I would do my best to tap into that energy and bring you the signs and the messages that the angels will want you to hear at that time. So all is well, and I hope that this particular podcast has helped you to think about areas in your life that you can review. And it's not just taking review. Obviously, you're going to take notes on things that you can do better in, make improvements. So take those actions, because you will see the breakthroughs coming through very quickly for you. And yeah, as usual, I'm going to end you with this little note, which, yes, I do not know what I will be talking about on the next session. I really hope that I can get back into momentum with this podcast, because I do love being here and recording it. I just need to get focused and make sure that I'm here for you. So I hope that this has been of value to you, and I look forward to speaking to you very soon. Bye for now. Take care. Bye bye.